Alright, so today, explorers, we are checking out the little town of Custer. This is, I guess, was originally the county seat for Custer County, which is where Stanley is. We're just a little ways up the road from the Yankee Fort Dredge that we looked at the other day. So, come on along with me. Let's take a look at this little ghost town. This was the old schoolhouse? I believe this was the old schoolhouse. It's now just a museum. There's a lot of neat artifacts, so let's go take a look at all of that stuff real quick. So laying around out here we have, let's see if I don't know if I got the right angle. I'll get close enough to this. Mining tools and implements. These are some of the tools of the trade. There's just a few pieces of equipment laying around out here for us to take a look at. Walk on up in here. This is a little water wheel contraption they used. I don't know, maybe they had that as a grinder or a separator. I can see some holes drilled in it. They probably put, let's see, homemade ball mill to powder ore at gold mill in Little Casino. Okay, well, there's what that is. So this thing would turn in the water. They had steel balls inside of there, and they would put the ore in there, and it would just turn it around and crush it, and it would wash it out and come out in those little screens. I love this old mining stuff. It's just, you look at what they used, how they made these things. Rest in peace. Just how hard this work was, and it was just what they knew at the time. That was all they knew. This was the tools they had and the work that they did. You think about the equipment that we have now, how much technology we have at hand. This was hard labor. Incredible. Looks like they got some headstones. I wonder if that's a makeshift cemetery for some of the residents that were up here in the town of Custer. How you doing?
Good. Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Right.
Hopefully you don't.
What are you doing?
I'm filming. I have a YouTube channel and I do a lot of exploring ghost towns, doing some fishing and hunting videos and stuff. I'm in Stanley.
Okay.
And my name's Frank.
Steven.
Steven?
Yeah.
You look real familiar, Steven.
Yeah, I got a familiar face.
Where are you from?
I'm from Nampa.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm from California, so
What part?
You know where Santa Rosa is?
I do.
Little town just north of San Francisco a bit there. Yeah, that's where I'm from.
My brother and sister-in-law live in, what is it? Forgot now. Starts with an M. Marin?
Marin, yeah, that's just south of us.
Yeah.
Your brother and sister have some money.
Yeah, well they
live in Marin.
Yeah, well, they just moved up here.
They got a little more if they sold their house.
Yeah.
And your name?
Morgan.
Morgan?
Yeah.
Again, I'm Frank.
We're from Fresno.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We moved up here. He moved up here 3 years ago. I moved up here 2.5.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's fine to get out of California, isn't it?
Oh, say.
I like to say we escaped.
We escaped.
We escaped.
We escaped, yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot of family history in this valley around here, and you know, part of what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, along with exploring things like this, is doing a little bit of family history and trying to find out some more. Right. And it's been a lot of fun.
So are you originally, your family from this area originally?
My grandmother and grandfather were both born up here. My great grandfather on my grandmother's side, him and his brother had a big ranch over in Smiley Creek. Okay. And you know, there's some history there. I'm still trying to sort out and figure out. I've got cousins that are all around the valley area, Boise, Idaho Falls, Pocatello, and whatnot. Wow. So trying to get in touch with some of those people and just, like I said, just exploring this. I came up last year about this time for a little less than a week. Yeah. And I fell in love with it, and I knew I'd be back up here this year. Yeah. I'm not going to stick around for this winter. Yeah. But I definitely plan on coming up the following spring and finding permanent residence up here. I already have my residency. I did that as soon as I got up here. Yeah. Done with that over there.
I hear you. I hear you, buddy.
You know what? Do me a favor. Come over here, Steve, for a second. Can you get some footage of me being taller than him?
Well, you're gonna have to get up all the way on that step. One more step. There we go. There we go.
Hey, take care, bro.
Hey, you guys. All right, talked to Morgan and Steve there for a couple minutes, and now we're gonna go on into the museum and take a look around.
Howdy.
How are you for being filmed? No. He says no. So here's a little diorama of the town of Custer. Boy, there's a lot more stuff that used to be here than what's here now, huh?
Can you reach yourself because you're...
Hopefully you can see that. I know there's a piece of glass on that, might be a glare. Can I turn this? Got a handle on this side, okay. So this is a model of an old rock crusher. This would have been a heck of a lot bigger, but there's a hopper in the back there. They would put their ore in that, and this thing would turn, and it had these cams that would lift these big crusher pedestals up. And the material would just pass through that and get pulverized, and then they would take and process that. And all come out this other end. Post office scale. Commercial cheese cutter. Don't know if I want to eat off that now. That's a shame. Cracking that griddle. Look at that stove. Yeah, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I've got a thing about old stoves. That's beautiful. This would have been an old ice box. Look at the clothes they wore up here. Wow. George B. Thompson, the first engineer in Custer Mill. He held the position about 7 years. Belle Thompson, the first lady in Custer, 1878. But she had her work cut out for her. I'll let you read that sign. Long dress, lace cap. Oh, here we go. Buffalo hide coat. Isn't that beautiful? The dentist chair. Well, glad I never had to sit in that. Old lanterns and lights. A lot of old implements. Hand tools. Those must have been long-range deep snowshoes. General Custer Mill. Take a read on that sign. Wow. World War I coat. Thank you, Frank. First hand-powered washing machine to arrive in Custer Mountain. Neat stuff. Let's go and take a look at the rest of the town. See if we can get a beer in that saloon. Well, the saloon was a bust. They don't sell liquor in there anymore, so me and the boy were having a dry afternoon apparently. Anyway, let's go over and take a look at this other cabin real quick. The McKenzie Residence, Custer's finest. Notice, ancient ruins, archaeological resources, fossils, and historical remnants in the vicinity of this notice are fragile and irreplaceable. You can read the rest of that on your own. Yeah, this was Custer's finest. This was quite the cabin here. Cook stove, chimney up there. We had, these are canvas covered walls. That's interesting. Made for a much nicer finish. Some of their clothes in here. These folks had a piano. I bet there wasn't but one piano around this area. Now there's something you don't see very often. Chair for a thunder bucket. Sewing machine. Arlington sewing machine. That's pretty cool. So while Custer is a ghost town, it's somewhat commercialized. It is owned by the State Parks Department, so they manage it pretty well, keep people from tearing stuff up. It's not like finding a rustic ghost town just out in the mountains somewhere where people can take stuff and, you know, it's unmanaged. This one's kept up pretty nice, and it's really nice to see, to be able to enjoy some of the history without it just being taken away and broken up. This is really cool. A lot of different artifacts around here. They got a whole collection of wood heat stoves and cook stoves in here. The old kerosene stove. Somehow I don't think that sign's original. What do you think? Couple other little cabins. These signs that basically just talk about these were different residences. I don't know if it's quite a ways away, but there's several signs that go down the road. A lot of this town is gone. It's just gone. It's either rotted down or people have taken pieces to the point where there's nothing left of the building. But this is the little town of Custer. Like I said, it's nice that the Parks Department has control of this. They keep stuff from getting stolen or destroyed. So if you happen to be up in the Stanley area, be sure to come up here and check out Custer. It's a pretty neat little town. They got no booze in the saloon. I don't know what to tell you about that. BYO. Again, thank you for joining me on this adventure, on this little detour. And keep watching, more stuff to come. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that yet. We're gonna get to some more stuff here real soon. Have a great day.